Very good morning. Namaste, everyone. And let me ask you an odd question to begin. Have you ever stood at a railway platform watching train after train pass by and telling yourself, oh, not this one. Maybe the next one will be more comfortable. And somehow that next one never quite arrives. Frankly, I've done it with the metro, right? And many of us do this with life too. Not with trains, with opportunities. We stand on the platform of our own potential, watching chance after chance go by, whispering, maybe the next one will be easier. Maybe the timing will be better. Maybe someone will notice me first. And meanwhile, someone else, often with far less talent than us, far less qualifications, sometimes even less experience, simply steps on to the next available train. Not because it was perfect, but because they stopped waiting for perfect. So today, we're going to talk about the difference between those who wait on the platform and those who build their own tracks. So today's topic is creating opportunities instead of waiting. I heard somewhere that opportunity is borrowed from the bank. So when it comes to you, either you catch hold of it, because otherwise, when it'll go, you will not be able to even catch hold from the hair. No hair. So just hold on to your opportunities because opportunity often comes disguised as initiative. Let me say that again. Opportunity often comes disguised as initiative. It doesn't say opportunities comes disguised as luck or connections or being in the right place at the right time. It says initiative, which means the disguise can be worn by any of us any single day. Now, there are two kinds of people in this world. Some people wait for doors to open, others build doors. Now, the first kind spends their life standing in corridors, checking every handle, hoping one gives way. The second kind, when they find no door where they need one, simply picks up a hammer, some wood, a little courage, and builds one right there in the wall. Now, both types of people are equally capable. The only difference is one is waiting for permission and the other has stopped asking for it. So, how practically does one create opportunity instead of waiting for it? You know, it usually comes down to four things. If you want, you can definitely note them down. One, visibility. Yes, being seen and known for what you can do. And maybe that is why we are so active on social media, right? Showing up every day, making reels, writing blogs, anything. Number two, initiative. Raising your hand before you are asked to. Yes, you have to take that initiative. You have to grab that opportunity by taking the initiative. And number three, learning, staying one skill ahead always. And number four, relationships. The people who think of you when something comes up. Yes, relationships. So let's share a few practical examples. There is Neha, marketing executive from Hyderabad. Now she noticed her company had no one handling their Instagram properly. Nobody asked her to fix it. It wasn't even a department. But she made two sample posts on her own. and showed them to her manager. 6 months later, she was leading social media for the entire brand. And she didn't wait for a vacancy. She created one simply by being useful before being asked. Then there is Radha Auntie, homemaker from Nagpur. After her children left for college, the house felt unusually quiet. So instead of waiting for someone to fill that silence, she started teaching three neighborhood children mathematics in her drawing room 2 evenings a week, just for the joy of it. Word spread. Today, at 58, she runs a small, respected tuition circle from her own home. Nobody handed her that opportunity. She built the door herself right in her drawing room. And then there is Suresh, the insurance agent from Jaipur. For years, he waited for his branch manager to assign him better clients. Nothing changed. One day, he decided to stop waiting and instead personally visited 15 small shopkeepers near his home. The simple, honest pitch. 12 said no, but 3 said yes. Those 3 became his biggest referral sources for the next 5 years. He once told me, Sir, मैं ऑफिस का दरवाजा खटखटाने रहा था जब मेरी किस्मत बाजार में खड़ी थी. I was knocking on the office door while my opportunity was standing in the market. So 3 different lives, 3 very different doors, the same quiet decision to stop waiting. Which brings us to the real question to ask yourself starting today. Don't ask, when will my opportunity come? And ask instead, how can I create one? That single change of question from when to how is the entire difference between a life of waiting and a life of building. So let's do today's reflection exercise. I hope all of you are ready. So here is what I want you to carry home tonight. Identify one opportunity you have been waiting for: a promotion, a new skill, a small business idea, a role in your family or community you've quietly wanted for a while. And now write down just one action, however small, that would help create it yourself instead of waiting for someone else to hand it to you. Not a 5 year plan, not a perfect strategy, just one honest, doable action. So let me leave you with this thought: the river doesn't wait for rain to reach the sea. It simply keeps moving, and along the way, it carves its own path through solid rock. And that is what initiative does. It doesn't wait for the perfect conditions. It simply keeps moving, and over time, it carves paths through obstacles that once looked permanent. So don't stand at the platform any longer, waiting for the perfect train. You already have what it takes to build the next stretch of track yourself. Tonight, write down that one action. And tomorrow morning, before the day gets busy and before the excuses arrive, take it. With that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.